We know all these plans. So we are coming for the West. We are coming for the white.
Let the African COP be an action COP. Politicians, when you stand up to talk, my generation requests that speak like there is an emergency. Speak like you are not barren. Act like you have an access on Earth, because this is the only planet where we're going to carry on your legacy as your children. Men in office, how are you going to be remembered? Do you wish to be remembered as one who did a lot of nothing while in power?
When the youth rise, the empire trembles. That's an African proverb.
Is it not Donald Trump in the United States of America who was asking the people of Africa, who was asking the black people of Africa to leave America and go back to their land? Is it not the same Donald Trump who was asking and chasing black people in America to go back to their land and go and develop their land and find a good leader for themselves? Is it not the same Donald Trump? What is your business with Captain Ibrahim Traore? Now the good leader we have found, that you are asking us to leave your land. Now we go back to our land and we are now finding the good leaders who can develop Africa for us. You want to assassinate him. Let me tell you, Donald Trump, let me tell you, NATO, this generation is a different generation. You can never continually to be assassinating the good leaders of Africa. This generation, we have all the means, we have the media, we have every kind of power we can do to protect our leaders. This is not the time of Gaddafi. This is not the time of Nkrumah. This is not the time of Patrice Lumumba. This is not the time of Stephen Biko, our great leader that you have assassinated and overthrown him. This is not the time. This is a different generation. We are ever ready to protest. We are ever ready to save our good leaders, because our leaders is for us. They are not for America. They are not for NATO. They are not for France. Captain Ibrahim Traore is for Africa. Captain Ibrahim Traore is for Ivory Coast. Captain Ibrahim Traore is for Burkina Faso, and the time to protect him is now. We are uniting to save our good leader. Captain Ibrahim Traore must live to see his good work. Thank you, youth of Africa. Share the life. Let's protest against them.
By the way, I'm starting my video by saying, Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. This is a slogan of when I want to talk about Africa, because today I'm going to rant about something. I love you all, and I thank you so much for your continued support, your strength, and your loyalty to truth and black excellence. Today, I'm going to talk about something that is frightening the white system. I'm going to talk about African youths. I'm going to talk about African Gen Zs. They are waking up and they are unstoppable. Someone will say that I've talked about this a number of times, but at the end of the day, we need to reach the masses. Not everyone can access the internet easily, but we reach. When we talk, we need to access the people. Now, before I continue, I want to play you videos of some African youths, what they are saying, what they are talking about, why, and their leader is none other than Ibrahim Captain Traore. Now, watch these clips and then we come back and we continue.
Was able to listen to Kwame Nkrumah in 1963 with the United States of Africa one currency. You don't need American dollar. Today, when you go to the countries in Africa, we are all having exchanges in American dollar, because it has become the currency that makes every continent to use. Because even the Chinese angry, and they say they need to have their own currency. Why a state of Africa, we cannot have our currency? We are depending on United States dollar. In the Republic of Ghana, we read our budget in someone's currency. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Reading our own country, our budget should be mentioned in another man's currency. What are we talking about? We need to have a United States of Africa. When you go to Nigeria, $1 is more than something thousand naira. When you come to Ghana, if it's not by the grace of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, $1 is taking us to 20 cities. Someone's currency. And are we not ashamed as leaders? Are we not ashamed as leaders of the continent that we use another man's currency to read budget in our land? And we are so happy. So when you get somebody, you are not having the courage, and somebody stand, I have the courage, just support me, just back me, and I'll be able to do whatever you cannot do for you. What sin has Captain Ibrahim Traore committed that the leaders of Africa cannot support that young man? So if they cannot remember anything, they forget Gaddafi. That Gaddafi was not able to have the support from Africa I remember the last time when the president of Uganda, Museveni, was saying that at the time it comes to critical, for them to go and mobilize themselves to go to Libya and go and save Gaddafi, they receive a call from NATO. And NATO give African leaders a warning that no single leader of Africa should go to Libya. NATO need to make a call to African land, and they ask African leaders that do not go to and save your neighbor, Muhammad Gaddafi, somebody who was providing significant change in his country. There was no single citizen of Libya with sickness in Libya. It became very critical before you see Gaddafi pay for any patient to be flied to another world. This is a kind of leader we are requesting from the leaders of Africa. This is a kind of leader we are begging that the leaders of Africa, they should provide for us. Because I am not ready to be dying on the Mediterranean Sea. And so I know that each of you over here, you are not ready to go and die on the desert because of America. What America have that we are not having in Africa. What Europe have that we are not having in Africa. That is the reason why people are sleeping on the bare floor in America, because they are looking for what they will eat. When you have a fertile soil, most of the time, when we are importing food from America, from Europe, I ask myself, so all this land we have in Africa, we cannot grow common food that we eat as an African. In the Republic of Ghana, I used to work in the harbor port. It takes the youth of Africa in the Republic of Ghana to be working on the rice, imported sugar, imported corn, imported soya beans, because we think there is no job for us. So when we are working on those rice, we are so much happy because we are working in another man's land. Enough is enough for the land of Africa.
Eyes on Kenya. There's a revolution happening right now with nationwide anti-government protests. Thousands of Kenyans protesting against corruption, police brutality, and economic inequality. They have no choice. They stay quiet, they die, they speak up, they die. President Ruto must go and his entire government gutted. The government has empowered the police to shoot, injure, and kill Kenyans. Down with the brutal, corrupt government of President Ruto. They even shut down live broadcasts of the protests on Kenyan stations so that they can shoot, injure, and kill Kenyans without the world watching. Well, not on our freaking watch. Remember last year when this fool called Kenyans taking part in the uprising treasonous? Treasonous! This man clearly forgets his place, because you see, it is power to the people. The Kenyan government and its president work for the people, not the other way around. And the only ones guilty of committing treason is President Ruto's government. They have betrayed the Kenyan people and are murdering Kenyans so that they can hold on to power. President Ruto, everyone working with him, for him, partnering with him, and all that jazz should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and thrown into prison. Power to Kenyans, every day, all day. Solidarity always. Keep eyes on Kenya.
The great Pan-Africans, they inspire me. Whenever I read books about them, whenever I hear about their actions, whenever I hear their speeches, I feel like I want to become a leader like them.
Like them?
Yes.
Who of them, for example?
Like Captain Ibrahim Trolley of Burkina Faso, and the great Pan-African Kwame Nkrumah, and Maalim Julius Kambarage Nyerere. Yes.
They inspires you so much.
Yes, they inspire
At first you talked about Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso.
Yes. Actually, I just think.
You just think.
He was inspired by Thomas Sankara.
Who is Thomas Sankara?
Thomas Sankara was the president of Burkina Faso.
Okay.
That was there and used to wear a red hat before Captain Ibrahim.
And I was told that he was also a captain.
Yes, and he was also a captain, Captain Thomas Sankara.
Okay.
And both of them actually, Thomas Sankara was 33 years, and even this one,
Captain
Ibrahim was 33 years when they entered the presidency.
I even studied about this sort of Emperor Menelik. When Emperor Menelik defeated the Italians, when they were building the Uganda Railway, that's when the war was. And then now Emperor Menelik II defeated the Italians, and the Italians went. Then led by Captain Mussolini, he was the commander of the Second War. It came back for the second time, and this time on, it was the regime of Emperor Haile Selassie.
Okay.
So Emperor Haile Selassie, while being a young prince, he ran away. But the blacks also united, and Emperor Haile Selassie came back. The blacks united, saying that this is the only country in Africa, this is Africa's gold.
It is better for us to know what we want. We are moving together as Africans. We are going to make these countries great again. Because the problem we are facing in Africa is not the problem of our leaders. It's the problem of the West. They are the one putting problem on our leaders that is making us to feel bad to ourselves. So we know all these plans. So we are coming for the West. We are coming for the white. France, America, we are coming for you. You can't bring us down all the time. You can't bring us down all the time. You can't keep bringing us down all the time. You are not more superior more than us. You are humans. We are humans. So we can decide on our own what we want. You are not the one to be deciding for us or to decide our future. You are not in position. France, America, we know more than you. We know all your plans. Now, we are ready to support Traore for every atrocity you are ready to commit on this guy. We are ready to support him. And we are ready. We promise you. You are going down for Traore. You cannot just come and kill the leaders of Africans. And you think you will go scot-free with that? No. You are going down. If anything happens to Traore, you are going down. France, America, you guys are going down for Traore. That is it. If anything happens to Traore, you are going down. We face this war together. If you're an African son, believe in this your brother called Traore. We are moving. We are moving Africa together this time. The Europeans, the West, they will know we are coming together. We want to stand as one and to be our brother's keeper. We promise nothing will happen to Ibrahim Traore. We, Nigerian citizens, we are ready to join his military force. We, Nigerian, we are ready. Please, Traore, open an international military for Africans so we can join you ASAP. We are ready to be in this race. We want to be part of the race. We are going to conquer them. This is not a matter of negotiation. We are fighting this battle. We are taking arms to face ourselves. We want to know if we are the strongest or the white are the strongest. What we are planning is we want to be proud of our country. We want to be proud of our nations. We are black and we are African and we are proud. So whatever you think, please share the video and make sure you share the video. If Ibrahim Traore can see this, and it will be cool for us, and it will be...
Tuweke tu maji ya ugali, nikimaliza inakuja kupika. Wale. Hapo tumepatikana. Kanunua mashine nyingine. Now, welcome back. Once upon a time, let me give you hadithi. Once upon a time, it was easy to deceive Africans. Colonial education, European propaganda, fake history books, all were carefully crafted to hide something, to hide the greatness of Africa. And this would convince young people that the West were their savior. And that's why each and everyone in the village wanted to go to America. I want to go to America. I want to go and make some money. I want to go to the green... Someone having this lottery green card, and they were so happy because we were deceived that we cannot do without the white power. We cannot do without the West. The history that we learn in school was enough to corrode the mind of Africans. Now, in Kenya, we call it tunaenda majuu, kwenda majuu. And if someone ameenda majuu, if someone have gone abroad, there is a way people carry him or her. There's a way we respect him or her because we think he has gone to mine gold. He has gone inside to swim in milk and honey. But right now, Africans, the youths, the Gen Z are not buying the lie. The youths are not interested in being told that Africa was discovered. They are not accepting the idea that Africa was nothing until colonization came. No, they are questioning, researching, filming, and sharing the truth. And that's why you see these youths, the kids and youths are talking about these things. And what they are talking there is not healthy to the system. This is a generation born with smartphones, a generation born with social media, a generation that they are not accepting the idea that Africa was nothing. They can compare narratives. They can watch videos from elders. They can access archives and digital libraries. And more importantly, they are choosing to listen to each other instead of just waiting for approval from the West. That's what we are doing. That's what is happening in Kenya, Ghana, Burkina Faso, and all other these countries like South Africa and etc. etc. Okay? And what makes me happy is that the Gen Zs are asking the right questions. For example, why are we still using colonial language to define ourselves? Why are our leaders still puppets for Europe and America? That is the most asked question. Why are we forced to study the Queen of England but not the Queen of Ethiopia, Egypt, and Dahomey? They are asking the right questions, okay? And when they ask those questions, they are not waiting for permission to speak. They are starting the YouTube channels, you know? They are going to other social media and expose, and it hits harder than Western journalism. So, this generation is not quiet, okay? They don't whisper truth. We don't do that here. We don't whisper truth. We shout it. See in Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Senegal, young people are calling out Western hypocrisy without fear. Young people are condemning the lies about Africa being poor or backward. Young people are debunking the myths that colonization helped us. They are naming names. They are even calling names, you know, of corrupt African leaders. You see, you hear Kasongo, whoa. We are calling names. And we are working with the right leaders, okay? So we are not just talking. We are calling for actions. Hashtag, we are using hashtag decolonize education, hashtag Black History, hashtag Africans Unite, hashtag not to IMF, hashtag West Keep Out, hashtag, you know, we are doing these things and I'm happy that it's happening while I am alive. The youths are building new narrative, okay? We are resurrecting Asian knowledge. They are telling the story of Africa before colonization, a story of empires, invention, wealth, art, philosophy, mathematics. We all know that because we have gone back to the archives and we have learned that and we know. And that's the beauty of this generation, that we do not sit down and being told who discovered Jamaica, who discovered this, who discovered this. We are going back to compare narrative. Is it true Christopher Columbus discovered the people? Is it true? The world never taught them this. He never told us this. We found it ourselves. And now that we know, we refuse to go back to silence. Now, the youths have played a video for you. The African youth, they are becoming their own journalists, historians, influencers. And this one is reaching the global. One reel on maybe TikTok and those other social media, the truth goes viral. The youths aren't just about vibes. No, they're about politics. And they have seen the protests. You have seen the protests across Africa, some countries in Africa. You have seen the resistance. You have seen young Africans standing in the streets demanding. And now Africa demanding a new Africa, demanding leaders who have future, who want radical change, not colonial change, slow by slow. The youths out here are anti-colonial, anti-imperialism, and pro-Africa. We don't care about left or right. We care about African liberation. The youths, the Gen Z, care about African liberation. In Kenya, by the way, we have challenged the government, the corruption. We have challenged it. when they brought this financial bill that is funded by the IMF, colonial financial bill, we said no. We went to the street and we said no. In Nigeria, they took on SARS and stood up against state violence. In Ghana, they're questioning deals that favor foreign cooperation over local people. Even in Congo, they are calling out the world's silence on the exploitation of their minerals. And some are going on TikTok and creating videos to tell what is going on in Congo. And it's going viral. Even in online, you will find African Gen Z demanding that the AU to stop acting like a puppet and start acting like a real African Union. These youths are not begging for a seat at the Western table. We are building our own damn table. And you could hear them saying that we don't want aid, we want our stolen wealth back. We need your validation, we have our own greatness. And we are Africans' future. And you will respect. Let me tell you for fact. I came across these elder people and they were saying this is another generation, and they were cursing themselves, saying that if we could be like this generation, I think things could be better. But because we slept, because we left them to rule us, that's why we are suffering. And that's why our youths are being killed out there when they are going to fight for us. Even the elders are accepting that these youths are something different, fighting for justice, looking for justice, one tribe, one people, no leader. And social media changed everything. Western government and media houses worked hard for decades to control the African story. They showed starving children in Sudan, starving children in Somalia, and all these countries. This was just to control African story. But right now, instead of showing dirty villages, corrupt politicians, African Gen Zs have their own narrative. We are showing both sides. We are showing the greatness of Africa. We are showing and talking about the beauty of Africa. With just a smartphone, Gen Zs go out there and they can show African culture in its beauty and glory. Now, see what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a cultural attire. Someone asked me, there's no cold and I'm wearing this hat. This is not a hat that prevents me from cold. This is a traditional hat made from goat's hair, or is it cow hair? Just with one smartphone. African innovation, we go in tech and fashion. The lies of the foreign exploitation, we are seeing that, and we are seeing comparison. Right now, we can know the Congo minerals next to the luxury product of Apple and Tesla, hand in hand. We are posting it like comparison. This is what is happening. African cocoa farmers, $2 billion chocolate companies in Europe. These companies are benefiting from us, our bags of black people, of Africans. Even African diaspora in the US, UK, the Caribbean are waking up because of these videos. This diaspora, they are seeing their motherland rise, and they are connecting the dot between colonialism, racism, and global white supremacy. African Gen Zs are the bridge. They are connecting Africa with global black family. Right now, the African diaspora are coming into large numbers because of the videos they are seeing. The media cannot show this. The white media cannot show this. But because of the videos we are putting out there, because of what we are talking, it's making black Americans and Caribbeans to come and visit Africa. Because once that unity is complete, there is no more mental slavery. There is no more control. There is no more exploitation. And this terrifies the white system. I want to be honest on something. White supremacy depends on African silence. If Africans are loud, proud, and united, the Western system shakes. Why? Because Africa is the root of the world's wealth. From gold to diamonds, from cobalt to uranium, from agriculture to oil. African fuels the world's economy. Let me tell you a story. First, when I was young, I was thinking that the white people got this gold. I was thinking that the white countries, America, is the one that is producing gold, producing all these good things. Till I grew up. And when I was on school, they never taught me that it's our resources that is building the Tesla or the smartphones or everything. They just said uranium from Congo, cocoa from Ghana, and we went ahead and we sing cocoa from Ghana, gold from South Africa, diamond from this, oil from... We could just use as a song, and but they never went deep to tell us that this gold in South Africa, this cocoa in Ghana, this cobalt, this uranium in Congo is the one that is feeding the world. They never told us that. Okay? Now, I believe after watching the documentaries, there's a documentary I watched of cocoa, how cocoa farmers are suffering. They say that they are just seeing prices on TVs, but the price on the ground is totally different. They are poor, but the prices in TVs are something different. Okay? Now, Gen Z knows. They know the land is theirs. They know their ancestors were powerful. They know the truth of colonizer. They know about the Berlin Conference, the IMF. We know. The COP sponsored by the CIA. We know all this. Okay? And they are not intimidated. They are exposing it. The West doesn't fear guns. The West fears consciousness of African mind. The West fears black unity. It doesn't fear guns. Because a conscious mind is contagious. And when African youth speak, they inspire the world. They remind black Americans that they have a home. They remind Caribbeans of their African roots. They remind the entire global South that Africa will rise again. And that's why the West is panicking. Okay? They're banning things, censoring accounts and suppressing voices. But it's too late. Because this generation already unlocked the truth, and truth doesn't die. Okay? No. Out of this fire, new leaders are rising. Leaders like Koita, Assimi, Ibrahim Traore. Most of the leaders are rising, not the old school politicians who beg for IMF, not the elites, okay? Trained in Europe to be royal puppets or loyal puppets, not those. Leaders are coming out here. We are talking about students and activists who lead marches, digital creators, African feminists, spiritual warriors. You know what spiritual warriors do? They are reclaiming African spirituality and rejecting foreign religions used for control. Okay? So, as the youth, they don't wait for election to lead. They lead through culture, vision, and thoughts. And you could hear them say that Africa is not for sale. Okay? We are not your charity case. We are the descendants of the kings and queens. We are rising, and you can't stop it. And we, the youth, are building schools that teach real African history, that are promoting Swahili, Yoruba, Merrick, Zulu, demanding media that reflect African greatness. So these are not future leaders. They are now leaders. The story of telling us that the youth of today are the future leaders, it's gone. And every time they speak, another colonial wall breaks. That's what is happening. Okay? So, I would love this video to be heard from Kenya to Cuba, Ghana to Georgia, and Lagos to London, all over the place. The African youths are awake, and they're calling you home. Not just physically, but spiritually and mentally. The youths are saying, black people across the world, it is time. Unite with us. Okay? American, Caribbean versus Africa. The white system want to divide us. Black American versus Africa. But Gen Z is not falling for the trap. Okay? We are building bridges through music, art, dialogue, travel, Pan-Africanism. And when we unite, we become the largest, most powerful force of culture, innovation, and resilience on this planet. Okay? The system can't stop what's coming, because what's coming is not just youth, it is truth. And truth has no borders. So, to every young African watching this, you are the storm they feared. Don't back down. You are not your colonizers' story. You are the descendants of brilliance. So keep rising, keep questioning, keep organizing, keep the fire burning. And you know what? Keep connecting with the global family. That's what I need you to do. So thank you for watching this video. Until next episode, peace out.